You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about the New England Patriots. As we know, this season has been a utter disaster. The offense is non-existent for the New England Patriots, and I was one of these people I talked about before that felt like Bill Belichick should be allowed to write his own ticket out of town and retire into the sunset. However, when you get absolutely crushed by the Cowboys and then by the Saints, which was a team that I think a lot of people thought the Patriots should actually beat, going into that game, when you get destroyed by them, non-existent, shut out of there, it really changes your perspective. And now I believe that Bill Belichick may have very well lost this team, and the thought process has been, well, would owner Robert Kraft actually fire Bill Belichick? Well, there's a ton of drama now, with the Patriots, because Jeff Howe of The Athletic has just dropped the bombshell story out there that says that Robert Kraft would fire Bill Belichick if it comes right down to it. Whether or not he'll do that in season or would do that in season, I don't know. And that defensive players, as you can expect, are getting very frustrated with the offensive side of the ball. They can't do anything. We've also got a report out there, NFL executives, that Albert Breer put out. Multiple NFL executives come out and basically just destroyed the offensive side of the ball. And I've talked about this before, and it's even more glaring that they're fixing to face the Raiders. Jakobi Meyers, who they let go, which was Mac Jones' favorite receiver, is balling out with the Las Vegas Raiders right now. And Juju Smith-Schuster, well, he looks like he's running in quicksand, and he wasn't fast to begin with. It's become a dumpster fire. The O-line, awful. Receivers, no speed at all in a game that requires speed if you want to score points now. It's crazy, and one has to think that it's possible the NFL game has just passed by Bill Belichick. So let's get to this report. This is The Athletic, and we'll get to the NFL executives and their comments too, but this is a hell of a report that came out from Jeff Howe, who's a very good NFL guy. Patriots owner Robert Kraft has spent $250 million on Gillette Stadium renovations, including the construction of the largest outdoor scoreboard on the planet. On Sunday, that scoreboard was very prominently revealed the most lopsided shutout loss in franchise history. 34-0 meltdown against the inconsistent Saints. There's a school of thought that suggests Bill Belichick has earned the right to go out on his own accord, that the architect of the greatest dynasty in NFL history can coach in New England as long as he chooses. Robert Kraft doesn't subscribe to it. So he is not on board with letting Bill Belichick ride this out until he breaks Don Shula's record, which I think a lot of people believe that's where he would ideally like to go, break that record and pass it on to somebody, knowing Bill Belichick of his choosing, and I don't know that that's a good idea. I thought the Gerard Mayo thing was maybe a good idea, but is it? Is it, or does it need to be an offensive-minded person that needs to come in there? Kraft likes to remind people he grew up as a Patriots fan during the organization's darkest days. That doesn't mean he has patience to endure more of them. He's getting older, okay? It's kind of like Jerry with the Cowboys. You've only got so many years left, and I've said the worst thing that happened to Bill in the way everything looks is that Brady left and immediately won a Super Bowl. He got those good receivers. He got the he got the Cameron Brake at tight end. He got Mike Evans. He got Chris Godwin, and went out and won another ring with the Buccaneers of all teams. On multiple occasions in recent years, he has lamented the team's lack of postseason victories in the post-Brady era. How about just being competitive? I think that's the thing that's got everybody so frustrated, is be in the hunt to be able to get to the playoffs and possibly, say, win a divisional round game. But it's not looking like that at all. It looks like they're the worst team in football, potentially. Kraft has grown frustrated, if not downright angry, over this shortage of success, according to people close to the situation. Kraft hired Belichick in 2000 because he was enamored with two primary attributes. First, Kraft gained a first-hand appreciation for Belichick's brilliant defensive mind and leadership presence when he was on Bill Parcells' Patriots staff in 96. Kraft loved Belichick's savviness and organization with the salary cap as related to roster construction. Belichick was an incredible forward thinker during a time when many teams were still struggling to navigate the relatively new cap system. But Belichick has failed to evolve. One example, the Patriots haven't invested in big-time wide receivers despite the league trending in that direction. That philosophy worked for a long time with Brady running the offense, but it's an antiquated way of thinking in the current state of the league. Yeah, and you know what? There was a trade yesterday, and I'm not going to say Van Jefferson would help this team because he probably wouldn't. He's like a number 3 or number 4 receiver. But the point is, the Falcons got him for like a 7th-round pick or something. It was something ridiculous, a 6th or 7th-round pick, which is nothing. There's speculations that Devontae Adams may actually be available, that some of these big-time wide receivers might actually be on the market, and there's like no movement. Beyond that, the value moves haven't panned out, with Jakobi Meyers' instant success with the Raiders and Juju Smith-Schuster's struggle with the Patriots, refocusing the spotlight on the free agent exchange. And it gets worse, guys, because it goes on to talk about the offensive line, of course, being a train wreck, swinging and missing with Jonnu Smith. I think Hunter Henry's been okay, but this is the key. This is what I've been talking about. But look at the Eagles, who drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round of 2020, surrounded the quarterback with an incredible offensive line, and used first-round picks to draft and acquire Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, and developed him. Look at Seattle Seahawks, who revived Geno Smith and built up the offense around him. Look at the Lions with the reclamation project of Jared Goff. The point is, there are ways to find a quarterback and install a user-friendly offense without backing into the number 1 pick. On the sideline, NFL observers were dumbfounded by the lack of succession plan when then offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels departed in 2022. Yeah, I mean, he had been flirting with jobs forever, so the fact that you didn't have a plan in mind was insane. Belichick's promotion of defensive-minded Matt Patricia backfired, with the supposed thinking a year ago that a reunion of Bill O'Brien, our coordinator, with an offensive pedigree would lead to another coach getting poached in short order. Yet, Belichick has lost numerous coaches, executives, and scouts over the years because they weren't going to get a better job title in New England and found promotions elsewhere. Belichick, it goes on to talk about the fact that he's alienated Mac Jones last year, a truth so obvious around the Patriots building that Kraft became aware and had to take the temperature of the situation. It rattled Jones's confidence last year, among other issues with the offense. It's reasonable to wonder how much it's hindered his play this season, questioning whether any given mistake would shorten his leash or cut it entirely. Now, let's get to the defense. The defense, according to sources, has grown increasingly frustrated with the offense, which ranks last in the NFL. And this is unimaginable, folks. Listen to this. 10.6 points a game. I mean, my God, I don't even know if anything more than that. And that's a good place to end this article on, which is a great article. If you're subscribed to Athletic, go check it out. But, I mean, the idea that they're scoring barely over 10 points a game is crazy. So then we got Bert Breer over at Bro Bible. Bro Bible got this from SI's Albert Breer, but these executives just killing the Patriots for having no talent on offense. I mean, it's nuts. AFC executive bluntly stated, quite simply, they have no talent. And it doesn't help that that's at the quarterback spot as well, so they don't like Mac Jones either. An NFC executive weighed in on the team's struggle. The offensive line is bad. They can't protect Mac Jones, and Mac Jones can't move. They have no speed on offense at skill positions. They used to have guys that could win one-on-one matchups. They don't have any of those guys anymore. An NFC coach added the team is, quote, extremely low on talent. Criticizing their game plan, they have a pretty vanilla plan from what I can tell. An average at best QB only exacerbates those issues. They aren't exactly world beaters on defense now either. Losing Judon really hurt, and the two feed off of each other. Defense gets a stop, offense goes 3 and out, defense back out there, basically no rest. None of their skill players scare me. Hunter Henry is solid, not close to elite. O-line looks shitty. That's a quote. Backs are slow. Receivers are overpaid free agents, and that is of Bill Belichick's picking. Holy crap. This is getting bananas with the New England Patriots, and the fact that Jeff Howe, it said a source close to Robert Kraft. So somebody in there is in and around Robert is talking and has heard. I'm sure Robert Kraft is furious, really and truly. And if look no further, and I talked about this the other day, their own division. That's the problem. I mean, you got the Jets. It's got talent on both sides of the ball outside of quarterback, but the rest of the team is pretty solid. The O-line is a little shaky with the Jets, but Garrett Wilson, I mean, they got talent. Then you got the Bills, Stephon Diggs. I mean, hello? And then never mind the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And honestly, I like the Glasecki signing, but it's turned out to be a nightmare for the New England Patriots. And according to this report, Bill Belichick better have his head on a swivel, because the Grim Reaper may come calling during the season if they keep getting blown out. I mean, I guess if I was Kraft, the only way I would keep Bill is, look, if you're willing to hire a good-minded, offensive-minded general manager that's got some pedigree with, say, Andy Reid or Shanahan or somebody like that, fine. I'll give you another year and another offseason. But if you're not willing to do that and give up the personnel duties, I'd axe him during the year and go ahead and promote Gerard Mayo if that's what you want to do. By the way, they've ruined Mac Jones. I don't know what happens with his career now. I assume he will get traded. I think the reports of Belichick trying to trade him, I believe them. For whatever reason, he hasn't liked Mac, and I still don't understand the Matt Patricia deal. Like I said, there might be 3 other coaches in the league that would survive a move that dumb, and Bill's one of them. It would take 6 rings to survive that. Crazy. Absolutely nuts. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.